Okay, live in 2 groups and on camera and on our live stream video feed. All right, welcome to TICA, Thursday Night TICA, which is something that we've been doing for almost 2 years now. And this is Transcendence International Consciousness Academy. For all of you guys that are new online from Facebook, welcome. Please say hello. I really won't be able to interact with you guys as much today as I would normally because I'm going to be doing some channeled work today. And I just wanted to thank you guys all for being here live in this new way. This is part of my pattern clearing is reaching the most possible amount of people who are ready for the content. That's my intention. So using Facebook, using YouTube, using in-house classes, using as whatever we can to facilitate the expansion of our work. Earlier this week I put the creed on Facebook so that you guys can all refresh your memories about what the heck you're doing here as light workers. I put our mission statement on, which was true when I channeled it in 2014, and it's still true. So come on in, have a seat. And students are coming in. This board is not important for you guys to see at home. It's just kind of for me to reflect on and make sure that I cover all the points that I'm going to cover. So let me back up a little bit. This last couple of months has all been about exposing old patterns. In our choice to become, whenever we choose to raise our vibration, whenever we choose to expand, then what we're doing is we are becoming more aware. And we're becoming more aware of ourselves, our environment, our relationships, and our patterns. And what's happened over the last couple of months is the light on the planet is kind of assisting with our light and helping us move into this fast, accelerated version of expansion through awareness. So we're becoming highly aware of things that we were ignorant about even 6 months ago. And most of it is about our own behavior. Would you guys agree? That your own behavior is starting to get the spotlight. Things about yourself are coming to the surface and you are becoming ready to clear them, which is exactly why you are manifesting everything that you're manifesting in your now moments, the way that it's manifesting. Spirit told me last night, it's not getting more painful, it's getting louder. Okay, your manifestations are getting louder. They're not getting more painful. They feel more painful. 1, because you're more aware. And 2, you cannot keep covering them up. That's what you've been doing, is you've been suppressing emotion. You've been suppressing vibration. FYI, we are going 15 minutes in the free group, just so you guys can get a little taste of what TICA's like. It's a fast-moving class. Frank, you're going to have to be on point to get that and move that over because I will not even pay attention. So,
just let me actually fix it because we've got both of those going live in the community group page right now.
Okay, so you mean we're not in the...
We're not in the regular TICA.
Okay, we need to be in TICA. Okay, so we need to wait. Sorry guys, we're in the wrong group. We've got 4 groups, it's hard to keep track. It should have been TICA.
It was the Quantum Life community.
That's
instead of
Quantum...
the Quantum Life TICA.
Okay.
So.
We're just getting ready to go live, guys. All right. Good thing I didn't get into it. I have to start all over. So, Mona's joined. What? Nope, we're rolling. So, it's part of my pattern to always have conflict on these things, so that's anger that I will work through.
What is today, the 29th?
Yes. Yeah. Just put TICA Thursday, Abundance Clearing. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, just so you guys are equipped at home, even on the free group, you guys should have this frequency chart by now. Frank has posted it several times on the group site. You might want to access it in tonight's class, at least for the first few minutes that you guys are here for the free group. And we're going to go live in the TICA group. Okay. Technology, not my phase joy. Okay, welcome everyone to TICA. I just did an intro on the free page. Didn't know we weren't in the real group that we're teaching in tonight. will be 15 minutes in the free group, and it will be almost 2 hours in the TICA group. Welcome new students that have finally decided to take the plunge, and we are offering basically what we do in our advanced class over a year. We're offering snippets of that in this online forum. So you guys will get Thursday night's class from here on out as long as you're a member. And this is where the bulk of our work comes. Okay, so our Saturday classes are kind of a layover of what we don't get through the channeled message or the work that we're doing on Thursday nights. That will still be for certifications and mastermind purposes, but you guys online will get these Thursday night classes. And tonight we are doing something really different for me. Is I'm actually going to be channeling a new collective group that I've never worked with before. And what I was saying in the free group is that we are becoming more aware, and when we become more aware, it becomes more painful for us to realize where we are, you know, what we've created. We have to take more responsibility because we're so much more aware of the situation at hand. We're aware of our own behavior. We're aware of what we've created. We're more aware of what we want to change now. So moving into this. A couple of weeks ago, I was having a dark night. You know, teachers have dark nights. We are working through this at the same pace as the students in the now moment, because none of us teachers have really ascended past all of the shadow work yet, and that's why we're teaching it so heavily. So teaching shadow work right now is going to be the fast track to moving into a place of even higher awareness, but more joy. You know, we have the awareness. To me, the definition of suffering is being highly aware and not knowing what to do about it. Being highly aware and having all of these amazing tools and this intelligence and this wisdom of the universe, and not knowing how to correct the path of your life, or not knowing how to fix certain vibrations. So to me, that's kind of what suffering feels like. You know, the people who are still sleeping, they don't even know that there's an issue. You know, they still get to kind of blame the government, and they get to blame their mom and dad, and they get to be mad at their spouse, and they get to rage against the food companies, and us who are in a higher frequency, more of a responsibility level, we have to sit back and go, why do we keep creating this? Why are we creating these wars? Why are we creating, like, as creators, we have to kind of take stock and realize that we are here now to change those vibrations instead of being part of that problem. So I've been working with a new collective, and this collective is calling herself, she's very divine feminine, but very, very, very balanced in the masculine. A lot of quantum frequencies, but very much earth energy. She's calling herself the Great Mother Channel. So it's the Great Mother, it's a lot of earth energy, it's a lot of cosmic energy, and she's been very loving with me. The last time I went through a dark night like the one that I just am going through, I kind of feel like I'm at the tail end, was 7 years ago. And it was when they downloaded, when I was working with Jesus, and he was gifting me the time travel and helping me move through that. So I have been doing all of this pattern work in real time every night. I've been going to bed early and staying up all night, working with my guides, working through these patterns so that I can not just be able to stand up here and teach it to you, but kind of say, you know, this is what happened on this step, this is what's happening on this step, and being accountable to you guys to let you know that the next step is going to get easier and easier and easier. So I got through, physically I got through like step 4 last night on my own with my guides, and so I'm going to take you guys all the way through step 3. Anybody who's not in TICA, who's new to TICA, we are diving down deep into quantum pattern clearing. And what quantum pattern clearing is it's quantum, which means all inclusive spectrum of all patterns on all timelines, dimensions, and realities that you have created for yourself. So we want to, instead of just clear our childhood, we want to clear it all. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to dive into clearing our money blocks and our abundance blocks. And the reason why is because money will not go away until we are no longer in resistance of it. What you resist, you get. So we actually have to clear our money blocks as a collective, the most amount of people possible that are willing to do this work. And that will tip the scales so that money will unbalance itself and balance itself and then disappear. So we can move it from fear to love it can move into a balance point, and then it can neutralize to the 0 point, which is the quantum. It will become particles of creation again, instead of this deep-rooted slavery concept that's in every single one of the human's roots, right? So at the root, there's even slavery issues that we've covered in TICA when we've dived down deep into the matrix. Do you guys remember that class? Okay, so first what I want to do is, you know, definitions are important. Anybody here study NLP, Neuro-Linguistics Programming? We know that language has huge vibration and frequency attached to it. So the way we speak, the way we think, and the way we behave is what the universe is listening to deliver us the manifestation that matches those frequencies. So in TICA, we teach that it's me, myself, and I, right? The I am, which is the unity aspect of you, which is higher self. The myself, which is the body component, your biological super system that's housing both soul and ego. And it is basically giving you the memories, the expectations, and the analogies of what is potentially possible for you while you're focused in a three-dimensional biological suit. Okay, everyone turn your phones down, please. Bill? I'm just kidding. So, and then we have the me, which is my ego. You know, what about me? It's the small version of you, it's the weak version of you, it's the victim version of you, it's the version of you that just can't get ahead, that's not seen, that's not heard, that's not loved, that's not safe. Okay, so those three aspects are like three different songs that the universe is constantly listening to and giving you feedback in kind of a potpourri mix of your, what you would call vibration, which means there's good things and there's bad things manifesting pretty much constantly. There's positive aspects and there's negative aspects that are constantly materializing in your physical reality because you are sending out three different messages. You are sending a mixed message to the universe when you are not in alignment with yourself. Everybody understand that? Good. So in this process of clearing abundance blocks, the first thing that we have to do is we even have to turn our awareness up, which means that, unfortunately, when you leave tonight, you will be even more aware of your belief systems and where they are located in your energy field in the body and in the cosmos, where you've left them and deposited them and hid them from yourself. And you are going to be more aware of how you created it. So hopefully by today you will not leave more aware but suffering, but more aware and feeling very empowered by your ability to clear. Because I'm going to give you guys a clearing technique that allows you to move all the way into source energy and act as the very healing principle that you are. Okay? So first thing I want to do is I want to tell you what is blocking you. Okay? And what is blocking you, obviously, the only thing that's blocking your abundance is the dam that you've built called limiting or negative belief systems. That's it. That is the only thing that is in the way of the billions of dollars that you have in vibrational escrow that's sitting on the other side of the veil waiting to materialize and drop into your lap. Okay? So you have complete abundance. You are the universe. So the universe created money, therefore you created money, and you just have to remember and how to get it. Which means how to line up with it, align with it, which means when you came down here and you created your incarnation with all your soul contracts, your themes, and your divine purpose, you created this beautiful treasure map for yourself, and then you went into an amnesia state and forgot that you were God and had moments of awakening and catalysts to put you back onto that map, to put you back onto that path. And then those obstacles that you've set up for yourself, those limitations, literally have come from the more density that you've created within your own awareness, which means that you are not actually facing any block. You are just unaware of where it is. You do not know where your block resides, and so that's what we're going to do is we're going to make the subconscious conscious today. And how we do that is to understand first and foremost what it is that's holding you back. What is the dam built of? The dam that holds the filtration system intact so that you cannot be a clear, perfect, pure channel to the universe. You are a mixed message channel, which means that you have a desire for abundance, and it has to sieve through humiliation and guilt and shame and fear and grief And by the time it gets to the universe thinks you hate money. You know, or it thinks that you have lost money, or it feels that you are guilty by money, or it feels like you're in resentment of money. So what it does, because it loves you and it wants to gift you with exactly what you asked for, it is going to deliver you that message in the form of a person, place, circumstances, and events that is guilty money or shameful money or resentful money, which could look like a debt that shows up when, you know, you promised someone that you would help them move and give them $200, and then all of a sudden you get a bill in the mail and then you can't help them. Okay, so it manifests exactly through the process through which you send it. So it's almost like if you were creating an Amazon order, right? But you were doing it completely blind, and you were just like pushing buttons, but you knew you were like in the virtual, like the realm of what you wanted. So you just, and then you got back, you were like, okay, this isn't exactly what I wanted, but it's exactly what you ordered. But you just don't remember because you filtered it through basically fear, guilt, shame, humiliation, and grief, okay? And of course, fear, because fear is one of those things. Fear is an emotion that I like to explain quantumly because people think that everything they're holding back is because of fear. But fear is actually the bodyguard of every other lower emotion. Fear is the feeling that you feel before the guilt comes up. Fear is the feeling that you feel before you're humiliated. Fear is that feeling before the guilt and the shame and the resentment start. It's that checkpoint. Fear, and then you move into anger, and then you move into grief. So fear is actually this vibration that's kind of like your defense. And you notice that fear and danger are two different frequencies. Danger is like fire can burn me. Fear is a choice. Okay? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to explain all these lower emotions that are stored in your body because this is what's filtering through your energy stream and talking directly to law of attraction, okay? Or the universe that's using law of attraction as our greatest principle to create, okay? So notice that humiliation, guilt, shame, resentment, and fear are all nouns. They're a thing. It's a thing. And as a thing, it has density. And as something has density, it has matter to it. It has a presence about it. Have you ever walked in your room and seen your pet guilty by getting in the trash? It's like you can feel the guilt. It's a viable feeling thing that you can't see it, but you can feel it. When someone is angry and you're like, what's the matter? And they're like, nothing. Yet it's like you can cut the anger with a knife. It is a viable energy that has literally settled in your vibrational energy field, and it has a personality of its own, okay? And we download these feelings and these emotions through basically observation and practice and experience, which means first we had to observe it, and then we had to practice it, and then we experienced it, and then law of attraction kicked in, and it basically became a pattern. Because now we're just watching those same things show up, and then we're reconfirming, yes, see, people are scary, you know, and we have like belief systems around these patterns that we've created. And so tonight, I want you to think about what your greatest fear is. Because your greatest fear is actually the only thing in the way of your abundance. Now, your greatest fear is linked with all these different patterns. Okay, so we're going to get there. It's going to be like a little bit of down the rabbit hole, but that's okay, because everybody can hang. And as doing that, again, for TICA, this frequency chart we use a lot just to allow us to see, and Frank has put it on the on Quantum Life many times. It just allows you to see where you're vibrating at all times. I mean, I recommend making this smaller, laminating it, and carrying it in your purse, having it in your car, putting it on your refrigerator, so that any given moment you could say, you know, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? Because you will say, basically, where you chronically are is your reality that you're looking at right now. So if I'm chronically in fear, then I'm going to constantly, even though positive mind, right, is thinking, oh, everything's divine, everything's wonderful, everything's going to be okay, Subconsciously, if I'm residing in fear frequency, then I am going to attract everything going wrong, but everything going right, because now I'm dual frequency. Does this make sense? Okay. So, and I want to cover a couple of definitions that we're going to utilize tonight, and I want to get them out of the way so that when I actually start the channeling process, everybody will be very aware of the direction that we're moving, and I won't have to stop and explain things, because once she comes in, she's very fast. Okay? Does everybody understand the version of, or the definition of a blessing? Okay, so we've just talked about lower frequencies. But what about a blessing? And leave your negative connotations outside of what you think a blessing might be. It's not religious dogma. It is literally, it is to invoke good light, love upon. Okay, that's what the true definition of it is. And so basically, it's like if you thought about it and you have